Friends, buddies, pals, how you doing? Great to see you. Now, I also want to give a big shout out to Into Fly Fishing for just asking me to come on and just give you my 2 cents worth on these guys. These are the Orvis Pro Waders. So I've been using these for quite a long time now, maybe 18 months, 2 years. So I've got a pretty good idea what these are all about, and then Nick's asked me to come along and just kind of tell you what I think about them. The good, the bad and the ugly. They do a regular wader like this, and they also do a zippered pair, which I'll show you in a minute. But these are the Orvis Pros. The top of the line. Orvis do a few different waders throughout the range, kind of different price range, and these are the top of the range ones. Now, they're not cheap. They're really not. I don't know what they go for in the States, but here I think they're around $1,500 retail, somewhere in that price range. So pretty pricey. So I was kind of skeptical about just how much better they were going to be than the bottom of the range stuff I've been using for the last 7 or 8 years, however long. So to give you a bit of an idea, generally I will go through 1 pair of waders a season. Normally I get them at the beginning of winter. Within about 2 months they start to leak a little bit, and then by the end of the season, just before summer kicks in and I can start wet wading again, I'm normally struggling pretty bad. So then I normally get rid of them, winter rolls around again, and I get another pair. So, you know, 1 pair a season, and I used to go for that kind of bottom of the range, $400-500 pair of waders. So, you know, it was $500 a year or so. So I was kind of skeptical about, well, if I get the expensive ones, what happens if I just go through a pair a year of these? I can't afford that. Anyway, I got them, I've been running them, and to be fair, they're still going. These things keep me dry after... I've been running this particular pair for about 18 months. I'm not running them right now because it's summer, but I've done 2 winters in these now. So I've done a lead into a winter, a whole winter, the lead out of winter, and I've done that twice with these actual waders. And they keep me dry still. It's amazing. I'm actually blown away. I can't believe they keep me dry. I mean, that's unheard of for me. So it's pretty good. I'm pretty impressed. Now I'll give you the rundown as best I can. I don't really know what this technical specs and that kind of thing are. I think they're like 5-layer Gore-Tex and some other stuff. I don't know. I'm not good on that stuff. All I can tell you is what I know from wearing these a lot. Okay, so I'll run you through them and you can make your own minds up. So you can Google away and find all the actual specs for these if you're into that kind of stuff. It doesn't really bother me. Alright, so these are a medium regular, medium, whatever you want to call them. These are actually pretty fitted waders. They're the most fitted waders I've ever worn. So pay attention to kind of what you think will fit your body shape best, because they are quite fitted, which I really like. I guess I'll start you from the top and we'll work our way down, eh? So, as with any waders, you know, you've got your straps. This is the Y thing. You can adjust these as per normal, as you'd expect. You can hang them up by this. That's great. There's an internal pocket here, which you can just chuck whatever in, just a small internal pocket. And then this right here, there's like an attachment chest pocket, which you can kind of tuck inside and goes on here. I've never used it. This is it. So you get this as well. I actually just stuffed a heap of stuff in this and keep it in my truck. So this actually attaches to these little clips here and goes on the inside of your pocket if you want extra space. I don't like all that stuff around here. I normally fish with a GoPro and a lanyard, so I don't need anything else. Getting in the way. Outside pocket here, I think that's waterproof. I'm pretty sure that's waterproof. You've got a little fly patch here, which I never really use. And then on the outside here, you've got your pockets, which are fleece lined. So when it's cold in the winter, you can shove your hands in there, and it actually does a good job of warming them up. So I like that. The wading belt is a good chunky one. I quite enjoy that. It's not elasticated. It's just chunky and a decent clip. Like, it's not a cheap clip. So it's solid, and I like that. Now, on to maybe my favourite, well, other than keeping me dry for this length of time, this is probably my favourite part of these waders. And it's the knee pads. they have knee pads in them. On the inside here, there's like a little pocket here, and then there's little kind of knee pads in here, and this is a game changer, let me tell you. Like, I'm not a particularly old dude, but having knee pads in your waders is life-changing. I will never wear a pair of waders again without knee pads. That's how good they are. They are amazing. They sit in that little pocket there, and they just sit nicely over your knees, so when you're kneeling in the river, or you're kneeling on the ground, or you're kneeling on a rock, it's so nice. It's a pleasure to kneel. It's so good. If for nothing else, I would buy the waders just for the knee pads. That's worth the money in my opinion. Straight up. Alright, moving down. You've got your gravel guards here. They have this kind of stretchy, plastic, grippy material at the back, which grips onto the back of your boot quite nicely. So even if the hook at the front that hooks onto your boots, which I find generally doesn't work that well, this grippy thing at the back, it stops this gravel sock riding up your boot and becoming useless if you want. As you can see, takes some wear and tear. But I mean, to be honest, I've never worn a pair of waders where the gravel guard doesn't fall apart like this, so that's just superficial, doesn't really bother me. And it's the same on the other one too. So that wears away pretty quickly, but it's still holding together. Like I say, I've worn these a lot for like 18 months now, and they're still in one piece, more or less. And doesn't bother me at all. It still works, it still stays down over the boot, and it still keeps all the gravel and the sticks and the sand and the stones out of your boot, which is what they're for. So that's great. The sock is nice and fitted. You know, sometimes you'll buy a pair of waders, especially at that cheaper end of the market, and it's almost like they've got like a one size fits all kind of sock, and it all bunches up when you put it into your boot and gets real uncomfortable. Like the waders themselves, the sock is really well fitted to the foot size, and you don't get any of that bunching, and it's super comfortable. I really like it. I'm impressed. Now, that's about the long and the short of it. I don't know what else I can say about a pair of waders other than what I've just gone through, and the fact that I really, really like them. I'll show you the other thing I really enjoy about these. The thing I like about these is they pull down from your chest height, and they just kind of fold over themselves, and they fit really, really quite nicely and neatly like this. You don't get that big bunchy thing when you roll the other ones down, so I really quite enjoy that. And then all I do is I take the shoulder straps and I turn them into a second belt, and it all just fits nicely under there like that. That I really like. So there you have it, really, in a nutshell. That's pretty much the main things going on with these waders. Other than the fact this is the first pair of waders I've ever had that's lasted me anywhere near this long, which is pretty impressive. Now I'll show you the other pair. These are the Orvis Pro Zipper, obviously. Really, in a nutshell, exactly the same pair of waders as I've just shown you, except for this big zip. Now, I always wondered, is it worth it? Well, I guess the short answer is yes, it's worth it. Now, what I do is I have those waders for my kind of just, you know, tail end of the season and beginning end of the season, and then when we're into full-on winter, I switch over to these guys. You know, when it's raining a lot, it's cold, generally you've got a big jacket on, several layers, that kind of stuff. That's when this guy right here comes into its own. It's amazing. Okay, let me tell you the key things, and it's pretty obvious what the key things are where this really comes into its own. One, makes them super easy to put on. It's just effortless and take off at the end of the day. And the main thing is, the only real reason you want that zipper is when it's cold and it's rainy and you've got to take a pee. This thing right here pays for itself. Use under your jacket, zip open the waders, do what you got to do, bang it back up. It takes you half the time, you stay dry, you stay warm, and really that's all you need. That's where that thing is genius. The zipper is super well made, it's really, really durable and tough. Hasn't leaked on me yet, so I can't really complain, and I don't see these being any less durable than those. The only real difference here is you have your little side pocket on the side. They don't go right the way through like the other pair, obviously because the zip's in the way. But the pockets, again, they're kind of fleece lined, just like the other pocket here. So it's really easy to warm your hands up. But you've got two small pockets on the inside here for little storage things, and then on the inside you've got an inside zippy pocket, and you've also got on the other side a big kind of pocket. I don't know what you call that. So yeah, lots of places to put stuff. Small pockets on the outside, your main hand pockets on the outside, and the big zip. Like the knee pads, life-changing. Like I say, everything else on these waders is the same as the ones I've just shown you. They've got the knee pads, genius. The boots are the same, the gravel guides are the same, other than I haven't wrecked these ones yet. The belt is good, just the same as the other one. It's grunty, good solid clip. And I'm super impressed. I actually thought when I got these, meh, I probably won't use them much. And then really the first rainy day in winter when I had that zip access, oh, it's so good. Probably not going to buy both of them, or if you are going to get a pair and you want to weigh up which ones to get, I'd say if you're doing most of your fishing in cold, rainy, horrible stuff, really consider the zip option. And if maybe not so much, not really that bothered, I do enjoy the fact on the other ones you can roll them down, turn them into wading pants, which you can't do with the zip one as well. Really, you got to kind of have a look at them, think about your fishing situation, your weather conditions, what kind of stuff you're doing mostly, and then kind of make a decision based on that. Hopefully, having that and seeing both of those side by side, hearing what I've got to say about that helps you kind of decide. Certainly if you're in the market for a high-end pair of waders, you should definitely check out the Orvis Pros. Look at some other brands, definitely check those out, and then kind of make your own mind up, really, eh? Anyway, hope that helps a little bit, gives you a bit of an insight into kind of, you know, what's on them, the features, what I like about them, what I found useful, what I enjoy. And if nothing else, it's just filled 7 or 8 minutes of your day. Once again, thanks to the guys at Into Fly Fishing for inviting me along to, you know, talk at you. And I'll be back very soon with some insight into some of the other gear I use and what I like about it. Great to see you guys. Have a great day, everybody.